What's up, everyone? It's RJ Ronquillo here. I'm in beautiful Germany at 42 Gear Street, joined by my good friend Enrico of KMA Machines. I'm sorry, and he's got some amazing pedals that we're gonna go through.
Thank you.
I've been checking these out this past week, watching all the other people demoing, and finally I get a chance to check these out and have you explain them and everything. So. I know you have got some new stuff, but there's a couple pedals that I saw the other guys demoing that I was like, ooh, let me check that out. So I think the first one I saw was the Minos, which is a germanium fuzz. Well, that's what it says, germanium fuzz, but it's a little bit more than that, right?
It's a germanium fuzz, so it's based on a tone bender MK2.
Nice.
And we did some slight modification on it. First of all, we added an input control to dial back your incoming signal to avoid any kind of oversaturation of the germanium transistor stages, because all these old tone bender style fuzz pedals are so, especially when it comes to low frequencies, they are really, really boomy and saggy when you're hitting a really, really hot signal. So we added an input control where you can go from the full 100% signal and dialing it back to almost nothing, which means it will also cut at the same time the bass.
Okay.
So it's a kind of high pass filter, which gives you the possibility to achieve not only fuzzy heavy tones, but also kind of lo-fi garage-like distortion tones.
Can I click it on?
Yeah, click it on.
So right now you're adjusting the input now.
Yeah. The input is dialed back to give you a more overdrive distortion.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and the gain is set at 12 o'clock, so you're having plenty of headroom then. When I'm cranking the input, you hear the saturation.
I like how there's a range. It almost goes from like edge of breakup to maxed out fuzz and everything in between.
Yes.
So the knob that's labeled anger, is that the
It's a gain control.
That's the gain. I love the naming of that.
We're maxing it out.
And what's the 3-position?
The 3-position switch is the bass toggle.
Okay.
And actually it's on position 1, which is the position where you're having less bass.
Okay.
When you're going on low mids, filling up the whole thing.
Yeah. I think that's a great idea because, like, when you switch between single coils in a Tele to a humbucker Les Paul, that can help, control that stuff.
To set up it to your cab onto your guitar and stuff like that, and even to your amp.
Yeah.
And the 3rd position is just full blast.
Oh, let's turn the anger up a little bit on this. Oh, how about all the way up? What is that going to sound like? I like how it stays controlled. It's not super feedbacky or buzzy. Even with these single coils, it's amazing.
You can also just try to clean it up with your...
Yeah. That's
getting
cool.
really, really clean.
Yeah.
Without being so spitty and gatey.
Yeah.
When you're comparing this to those classic tone bender style, the original one.
Yeah, which can get crazy and out of hand.
Yeah.
I like that because I love fuzz pedals, but if I can get one that's controllable and musical, then that's awesome.
That's way to go.
I want that. I want that one. I'm just gonna tell you right now that I want this one. Moving on, shall we check out your choice, either the Logan or the Cirrus?
I would say let's go first with the Logan.
Okay.
Because actually we're more in a drivey mode.
Yeah.
So the Logan is the latest creation, was released on the 5th of September. So pretty recently.
Yeah.
And it's a really nifty thing. I mean, it's a low to mid-gain overdrive, but also having a kind of aggressive feeling, but also a bit sweet sounding. And we are really into active EQs.
Yeah, I'm
as you
seeing...
can see here on the Minos with all this EQing going on, it's pretty versatile.
Right.
And within the last years, I learned that it's even way more important to tailor your tone to your cab, to your amp, to the venue, to the guitar, and most to your kind of stuff you like on the guitar. So we went on the Logan with an active EQ for the lows and for the highs. You can push them up to 15 dB.
Wow.
Or you can even cut it as well if needed. I mean, 15 dB is a lot.
Yes.
And most likely you don't need that heavy push.
But it's there.
But it's good to have it there.
Yeah.
Where you're having a really dull guitar, but you need more highs. It's pretty helpful. And also a fully parametric mid section.
Okay.
Because the mids are the most important when it comes to bass, but more important to guitar.
Yeah.
And you can cut or boost it up to 12 dB, and you can sweep the frequency between 100 hertz and 2.4 kilohertz.
Oh, I'd like to hear that. Okay.
And you can also use an expression pedal for the sweeping, which we're actually not having here.
Right.
But it's really, really cool to use it as a kind of wah-wah pedal, because you can...
So this will do like a cocked wah sound?
Yes.
Oh, that's my thing. Oh my god. That's a great overdrive. Yeah, it's got that low, that hump, that
hump for the punch, and it's still tight when you're cranking up the lows.
Yeah. It's almost making this 212 cab that we're playing through a 412 cab.
Yes, that's the main idea behind.
So this, I'm sure you could plug in a 112 and make it sound like a 412 cab.
You can, definitely.
Wow, that's a great idea. Ooh, yeah. And that's, you were adjusting which one, the M frequency?
Yeah, the mids actually. I engage the mids pre-gain, because you can choose between post-gain or pre-gain for the mid EQ to even saturate the gain stage even more, that you're having a second gain channel.
Yeah. Just to shape.
Just the volume boost.
It almost sounds like an out of phase. Oh, that's it. That's it. What I like about that is it depending on where you are on the guitar neck is when it comes out like a little bit more. it's cool because it's a very vocal thing you can do. I'm in love with that pedal, man. I don't know what to tell you. There's something special in that whole mid frequency that you're touching here. That's like, you know, you dial it in different places, and it's a totally different. It's almost like switching a pickup on a guitar.
Yes.
Like that almost sounds like an auto wah, if I'm playing up and down the neck, because it's hitting different frequencies. Okay, so I want these two. That is something that I've never heard before in a pedal, and that's pretty dope.
I think there's just one other pedal with this kind of feature with the parametric midsection.
Yeah.
That you can sweep back and forth and also set the position. I think it's pretty unique having the possibility to set a pre or post gain.
Yeah.
For me, especially when
Because
it
it
comes to the
reacts
amount.
differently.
Yeah. And also we're having a trim pot inside where you can adjust the bandwidth.
Oh, okay.
So that's why the
So
reason why
make
I'm saying fully parametric.
the cue of the sweep or whatever.
Of course. Yeah, you can
Very
make
cool.
it broader or narrower. And narrower, it's really good for wah-wah kind of like effects.
I dig it. And then if you put the expression pedal in, then it's basically you have a wah-wah pedal right there.
Yeah, which works pretty good because it's not that ear piercing.
Yeah.
Like the standard wah-wah pedal.
Right, and I'm assuming if you put that in front of a fuzz, it's, you know, and sometimes you get a wah in front of a fuzz, you'll have that sweep range where it starts just a feedback.
Yes.
You could probably control that with
Yes,
this.
that's the thing. It's fully controllable. I mean, you can also take this as a wah-wah, all you need is an expression pedal. So generally setting up the bandwidth. Some wah-wahs having this kind of feature.
Yeah.
But you can't adjust the level of the bumpers boost when you're playing a wah-wah. So that's pretty handy. It's really handy.
That's so cool.
And also the whole gain structure. It took me over a year to set up a proper frequency response and the gain structure.
Yeah.
That's not too over compressed in general, like you're used to when you're having just a normal overdrive. Let me call it a normal overdrive.
Right.
Because I'm a big fan of that. You're having a lot of air that you can just look through the overdrive or the overdriven sound. Because then you're having this kind of feeling that you can control everything, you can hear your instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a little clarity. Or
clarity, yeah. I'm mostly describing this as having a fisherman's net where you can just look through, but you can catch a lot of fish with this.
Yeah.
So
interesting. That's really awesome.
And also, I figured out that you need a lot of headroom when you're having an active EQ. So I was cascading the DC supply for several parts on that pedal.
Okay.
So the gain structure, the gain stage is running at 9 volt, the EQ is running at 18 volt, and the boost stage behind the EQ is running at 30 volt. That you can keep up the headroom.
And I mean, you just plug a regular 9 volt in here?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a voltage converter.
Okay, inside.
Internally. Yeah. And that gives you also the possibility to use this pedal as a preamp because you can boost it up to 25 dB. Means you don't need a preamp when you want to have a board with just a power amp or want to plug it into a cap simulation.
Yeah.
All you need is just the Logan and you're ready to go for some dirt tones.
That's super functional, man.
Yeah. That's the main approach when it comes to all the pedals.
Yeah,
versatility and solving problems.
Yeah, that's cool. It's like, the pedal needs to sound good, but it also has to be, you're going to use it and, like what you said, solve any problems that you had. That's a good way of thinking it. So, okay, so we covered some fuzz and we covered some drive. We got some spatial ambient-y stuff.
Yes.
Okay, this is the new guy.
This new guy, will come out probably when you're seeing the video, will be released already.
Yeah.
It's called the Cirrus, and it's a delay reverb dual pedal with tons of functionalities. Before going in depth of the control, I would say I just set up a proper standard sound, then just going crazy.
Yeah.
So here we go. Time repeats. Sensitivity down. Which mode is here? It's like. Yeah. So basically it's just a normal reverb, a bit of a springy type reverb with a delay.
Yeah.
Just a plain delay.
So what's the order?
The order actually
Or you
is
can change
reverb into delay, but you can also change it. Actually, you
cool.
can't hear it that much because it's pretty clean
Yeah.
and normal. But I will show a nice setting where you can hear the difference
Okay.
to just directly dive into ambient stuff. But first of all, the maximum delay time on this one is 1.5 second, which is it's digital,
Yeah.
of course, but it doesn't sound that digital, not that clean.
Is there like a... Okay,
And we're having 3 modes on every side.
I see.
Actually, the delay mode is the modulation delay, a modulated delay. And the interesting thing on this one is every feature, kind of special feature on this for the different modes, can be dynamically controlled by a playing. That means we're having a
Okay, so-
sensitivity control. Almost no modulation when you're digging harder. You will hear some modulation going on then.
So the harder you...
The harder you pick, the more
more
we
modulation.
modulate.
Yeah, it almost like no modulation when you really pick
Yeah.
light. That's cool.
Yeah.
Which is great because a lot of... When you're doing ambient stuff or whatever, you want to have a lot of control with your dynamics and stuff.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's... it gives you that type of feedback when you're playing around with dynamics. That's super
Yeah.
cool.
And you don't have to go down on your knees to set.
Yeah,
to
or you
sweep
can have like
certain-
a
yeah,
expression pedal or something. That would make me play differently, which is cool.
Yeah,
You know?
that's the thing. The main idea about modulation pedals from us is to give you a tool to be more creative, to write different songs, to jump out of your comfort box,
Right.
comfort zone, and playing different stuff and discover new possibilities in sound shaping and songwriting.
Can you switch off between delay or reverb, or is they're all combined?
They're
already?
combined and in series, but you can dial back
You just dial
the,
back.
the mix of the reverb.
And you can shut off the mod, or at least
Yeah, the modulation can be shut it off when you just turning completely back the sensitivity.
on the sensitivity. That's a great delay sound.
When you're changing the time, it behaves almost like an analog one.
Yeah. That sounds very analog to me. Bring in the reverb a little bit. The tab has a feature if you hold it down,
Yes.
and it
Maxing out the repeats.
and it stays like that. So it's
Yeah, it's
It
not
won't
going
like
into
degrade,
oscillation.
yeah.
No, it just stays on the same level. makes it even more dynamic.
Yeah.
You don't have to go down and change some settings
That's
for that.
amazing. That's
pretty
very
handy.
inspiring. I like it when a pedal inspires you to compose things or create stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
That's the main reason why you're using pedals, mostly.
Yeah.
Should be.
A lot of people, you know, especially the builders are seeing that a lot of people are using these are instruments, really.
Yeah.
They're not an effects that you use with the guitar. You really have to learn how these circuits work and how the knobs work.
Yeah.
Because you have to treat them like they're a different instrument. Very cool. Well, thank you so much, dude. Let's talk, because I really like all these pedals, dude.
Thanks, man.
If you enjoyed this video, click that like, hit subscribe, share it with your friends, family, your favorite German person, and I'll see you guys in the next video.